Honestly, I think the Shaker pick from OG was the biggest risk.
Okay. Putting it in the offlane or just
where? I think I'm more confident in Huskar any role than I am offlane Shaker nowadays. It just feels like it sort of lost its luster. I loved playing that way back in the day, but it's just so much weaker in the laning phase now, especially against pretty much any hero Liquid would put up against it. And it's just honestly don't know. I'm just hyped because this is one of those games you really don't know who the hell's going to win until you see it play out. Sure.
And this Huskar, I think there's going to be a lot of potential for Huskar because you got to remember as well, Kyle. You know, I know, I'm sure you know it already, but refresh yourself. Have a look at the Huskar Aghanim Shard and tell me that's not amazing against Io, Weaver, and Troll.
Oh my goodness. That is pretty good. And I know Liquid, like shout out to Jabs and Blitz and the rest of the squad. They're all huge nerds. So I am sure they're very aware of that and perhaps even see this shard as an IO counter because of it.
I mean, it's got to be, what, 50% reduction. Dan and Sanya will definitely have a good shot of getting the jump on these two. They've got to be careful and they've got to save their stuns defensively. In fact, a good angle to go in onto Mickey, but now Mickey's ready to turn. He puts down the Remnant. He's grabbed back Saxa. As Liquid, they'll be able to secure that first blood in this lane that you did anticipate is going to be a little difficult for OG.
Going to be favored to win out the tiebreaker. Tundra have the luxury of waiting and watching to see if their match upcoming against OG will be a must-win for them.
He's going for this. I mean, he's got the backup of No-Tail. He's diving in onto Quoitfer. The regen's going to be too much for him to fight through. This level 2 Berserker's Blood allowing Quoitfer to survive. Topson trying to get in yet again. He really wants to get in on top of Quoitfer with the melee hits if he can. See if he can close this gap. He's going to have another slow in a few seconds. No-Tail keeping him sustained, but now Quoitfer is just going to turn towards No-Tail. No-Tail's going to get pushed back. Quoitfer still alive. They just don't have the damage to kill the Huskar at the moment between the two of them, and they've got to be careful. The Tiger by Quoitfer's side. Topson, he's got to get out of there.
Yeah, he got Helm of Iron Will delivered as that second attempt went down. So there's just no way you're going to kill him anymore with all that regen. 15 HPS. It was even more under the tower, plus the armor boost, of course. Taiga uncharacteristically missing a couple rolls, but oh, now the All-Flame's here.
Yeah, they've got the backup. Wow. And with that, they're just going to be able to blow up Topson.
Under 40% HP, he's suddenly moving at haste. And here's the TP we're talking about.
Let's see if Tiger can set up onto Seb as they're going to have the hold here. Insania with the root to line things up. Tiger gets the kick, gets the slow off. Seb has got a few stick charges. Is it going to be enough to help him? It isn't. Seb will go down. Health, healing and regeneration, but no, it's not necessarily going to win you the game when you're right, when they're level 25. So Liquid, they've got to keep this pressure high. They're going to be able to catch mid one. That's a great way to do it. They find the Weaver, they take him out. DD Rune as well, spawning top. I mean, with that armlet, there is also that opportunity for that Roche attempt if Quoitfer feels confident enough to go for it. You go for the Roche.
So risky.
I think, yeah, but it's one of those things, the payoff's going to be pretty huge if you can get an Aegis on your Huskar at 10 minutes in.
They don't know.
And I think they can do it easy. They've got Tiger to tank, so this is going to be an easy Roche. They're going to have this one, no problem.
And third Roche. And consider Liquid should have an edge here for at least the next 15 minutes of this game. Now you have this edge. You'll get towers off it, assuming you're able to maintain control of the game, of course.
Bottom lane. And we'll manage to get the lockdown onto Mickey, dropping the slam. Make sure that they can take him out. Mid lane, though, this dive, this aggression, you know, with the Aegis, they're ready to do this. Jumping in. Towers cannot be held. And Saxa. Oh, very nice. I mean, the power of the Vendetta there, getting him whilst he's low on the hold strength. So that will take the Aegis away pretty soon after pickup. So Liquid only able to achieve the tier 1 mid. Quoitfer just not being careful enough and prepared for Saxa to be watching out for him.
Yeah, it's the fighting build. He is going to be the frontliner and have faith in mid 1 to ultimately deal enough damage to win his team the game. Nice scan there from No-Tail.
See top, No-Tail. He should go down here. Boxy with that ATOS complete.
Let mid 1 just freely carry this game. Mickey maybe in some trouble mid, but wait, what? Topson?
He just walked around on the high ground. I mean, this is some aggression here from Topson. He's going to get ruptured. See if he can get out of this. He's going to try and TP, but they've got the control. He gets the ult off in time, but they'll be able to kite this out. As, Topson just... Oh, they get the save! Ooh, okay.
That's sick. I don't know if you can fight this. You have no rupture now.
All right. I mean, can they go for a round 2? It's just going to be No-Tail letting his life go. Okay. It's just going to be No-Tail letting his life go. But No-Tail bailing out Topson there big time.
My path
Still gets it off.
On top lane, I see Liquid look elsewhere for action. As they're moving in onto Seb and Saxa. Rotovatos into the blood right. Seb's got to run. Quakefer, he's going to jump over towards Saxa. From the side though, Thompson, he's already in onto the back lines. He's closed the gap onto Insania. Insania having to use the false promise to save Boxy. As Insania, he will go down for this. See if Liquid can get back in onto Thompson. Quakefer jumps across and get the disarm off Thompson. Caught in the dissimulate. He's getting burst down. Seb comes in with a slam, but he's not enough damage. Quakefer's still good to go. He turns. He takes down Thompson. Mid one gets the time ups off just in time, but Boxy's beating into him. Tiger off to the side, but Saxa finishes him off with a Vendetta hit as they've lost 3 Liquid. Mid one ever so low. Mickey jumps him with the Astral Step, takes him out. Remnant off the mark. No-Tail's able to deny the DD rune, and he's trying to beat into Mickey. Seb and Saxa are on their way over as Boxy is low. Fisher setup, Seb blinks in, close the gap. They've got the setup, they've got enough damage. No, Boxy, stick charges, keep him alive, and he's out of there, over to the side. Spike Carapace will hit him, but it's not enough to kill him. Mickey still doing the aggressive work. Jumps in onto Seb with the dissimulate. As at the end of it all, Liquid, they will get the final few kills, and they're about to get another hit with No-Tail soon to be returning. The setup being prepared, and as soon as he's in, he's out.
Like out of the picture. You're fighting until you die, and that's exactly what he did, but Insania respawns in time to save Boxy.
Thompson, he stepped up to try and farm in the river. They get the jump on him. He's been mass silenced.
What?
I mean, it's so hard for him to play his game now because Mickey's got this early ags.
Really gonna do it, and he's ruptured.
Boxy, just gonna look for the setup here onto No-Tail, kicking him back whilst ruptured Tiger is able to put an end to No-Tail's life.
Too damn tanky right now, especially if Insania is still alive behind him.
Oh, to the side, Boxy. He's trying to get in onto Seb. Tiger, he's able to roll in, close the gap onto the Shaker. Quakefer jumps in. Seb, he's going to get down before he gets the single spell over on the Fisher off. As Seb's out. Liquid having so many ways to gap close, really.
And find kills along the way. I mean, Saxa, you're in no man's land. He did buy his blink right before he died, though, which is good. But, I think this is the 5th or 6th time we've just seen an OG hero die inside the river.
Thompson. He's got to get out of it. No-Tail, he is going to be able to take him away. As No-Tail gets him out in time with a relocate.
That was 100 units off from just silencing No-Tail and potentially landing a kill on the troll.
That's No-Tail. Won't have many chances himself, but keeping Thompson alive, all he needs to do right now.
Mickey and Boxy are both like 1,000, 1,500 gold away.
Tiger, he gets the angle. Saxa trying to come in and get some rune control around this mid lane, but they've caught him. As again, as you said, this whole area of the map is just a huge area of death, really, for OG every time anyone comes over. And now they're into Roche. And with the 1 member down, OG stand very little chances of doing anything about this. This should be an Aegis and a cheese for Liquid. No problem here, just 22 minutes in.
Yeah, you just can't contest this right now. Quakefer is indestructible. And while Thompson, I'm a big fan of Mage Slayer as an item concept, especially in this game. His damage output isn't there. And in a game that's become so passive, he's starting to fall behind a bit just because he doesn't really have anything to help him last to push through these creep waves.
Time for the high ground push here. Aegis and cheese. What's OG got at the moment ready to put a stop to this? As they're cutting creep waves, and there's already some creeps here. We're going to see Saxon try and jump forward and clean them out. He's going to give his life for that. And the range creep is kept alive. There's still a creep here, so Liquid can keep on pushing. As they couldn't quite get rid of the whole wave.
Oh my god, this one range creep is the hero of this entire push. Like, that's a Rax. Liquid just took a Rax.
Not much that OG could do in response. Thompson, he's able to get the tier 2 bottom. That will pretty much give him the money for the BKB.
It's faced for years. And typically with the Wisp, you're able to play so fast, like you have tempo control. You get that item advantage. Behind it feels bad. Whoa.
He's going to jump with the solo Echo Slam on a Mickey. They're going to look to blow the Void Spirit. They'll be able to do so. They throw everything down onto him and they take him out. Thompson, he's going in for more. Did put the battle chance pretty early, so now he's just got the BKB alone to rely on. We'll see if it's enough. And he's moving in onto Quakefer. Jump forward from Seb. Seb lays down the Fisher onto the back lines. He's locking down Insania, but now Quakefer, he's got his own BKB good to go. They will lose Insania. Tiger getting in the midst of it all, getting the Magnetize out as well. Quakefer ready to dive in onto Seb. Seb will fall. Quakefer still alive as he's just able to clean up. As a triple kill for Quakefer. Mid-one, he's got to get the hell out of there, but he's been dusted, rotted. They've got the slow, the blood rights down. Mid-one, could he get out in time? Another Shikuchi will save him, but No-Tail's left behind. as Quakefer will be able to deal with the IO. They even still get the catch on mid one as they take him down as well. Quakefer with the Ultra. It's a team wipe.
This is why we squealed a bit. Like, this is wild. BO1, Oracle Huskar. You know Insane is cheesing.
What year
right
is
now.
it? You know?
But, you know, look, what, are you going to find him in the base? No, he's going to keep the outpost now.
Mid one. He's looking for Insania. Insania will get taken out. Jump forward over towards Quakefer. They've got the control. Have they got the damage? Quakefer is able to put the cheese. The BKB jumps over towards Saxon. Thompson with an early battle chance is trying to beat down Boxy and Quakefer, but he hasn't got enough damage. Saxon will get caught in the blood right. As Thompson is being pushed away from the rest of his team. Mickey is able to get the jump in, and Thompson without a BKB and without a battle chance, he's incredibly vulnerable. Quakefer leaps across, takes out Thompson, and he's ready to chase down more here with Boxy looking for the setup onto mid one. Mid one up in the time lapse. They got anywhere to catch him after the Shikuchi Tigers looking for the angle. Won't have the reach though. So mid one will manage to get himself back to safety. Another fight though where it's just OG losing heroes. Liquid barely even being scratched here as they remain unharmed and ready to push the high ground.
It wasn't on our camera, but like Tyga's the reason they get that kill on Troll. He had a 3-man Magnetize going and got a silence off. So Seb all of a sudden he's Magnetized, can't blink, can't cast. There's no help coming for Thompson. They just had to run away.
And there's the jump. Saxa trying to help out with the defense. Mickey is getting in. Does have to back straight away. Seb, of course, still having the Echo Slam. Quakefer, BKB on cooldown for 5 seconds, so soon to have it ready again for another round. Can they find any sort of job? As the Fisher setup, Seb not wanting to go in yet. He is low, but he's still very aware of the backup potential from Insania. As the false promise, it's going to come out now. A little concerned with Quakefer taking as much damage as he was on the front lines. Now look where they're trying to back away, Seb. Another Fisher. But Quakefer, I mean, the power of the false promise there. Full HP. Let's see who they can find to start things off. Saxa trying to scout things with the Vendetta. Will dispel some of the smoke as they'll pop the dust. And as soon as they see him, they pounce. Straight in onto Saxa, but this does give the info for the rest of OG to play out of here. No tail, he's going to relocate mid one down towards the bottom.
Look at this TP.
As Boxy, he's ready to fight as soon as he sees this. They'll come in. They've got any way to catch these two. Mid one out to the side yet again. No tail will be able to take him back up to the top lane, which up here it's not totally quiet. Mickey and Quakefer are still around here with Insania. Seb's making his way over as well. They get the Remnant set him onto mid one. Step. He's going to look for an angle. Fisher just stop Quakefer from beating into No Tail, but No Tail, he will still fall. As Liquid claim the life of the Io. Down bottom. He's trying to hit the tier 3s. I mean, he's going with the BKB, and he'll be able to TP out before the BKB comes to an end. So a little bit of damage done by Thompson with the split. I assume Quakefer will still be the one to take this. I mean, it's not a bad axe at all. Having that single target disable's going to be very nice. They're in the mid. The jump's been made onto Tiger. Tiger's he actually going to go down? Yes. Mid one will be able to finish him. Pops the BKB and commits onto the target. Boxy turns over towards mid one. Mid one is out for now. Shikuchi's away. I respect the Tiger buyback. Can Liquid get a jump? Tiger rolls in. He's able to get the connection onto No Tail. Saxon turning with the stun to hold him back. Seb as well offering up, and Fisher as he's out. Blink to dodge the Atos. OG continue to retreat. Liquid trying their best to chase, but OG seems like they've managed to split themselves far enough away.
Two tops and bottom, but at a point, Liquid, they're just looking for that window. They need 15 seconds where there's no creep waves in their base, and they can start hitting tier 3s. Thompson still playing aggressive. There's no BKB cancel on a TP, so he's free to do this, but he does have to be a little cautious.
See, it's Thompson. He's going to put the BKB and he's going to fight. He's going to put the battle trance, go straight towards Boxy, but Boxy's got the movement speed. He's still got a haste rune. As Boxy, he's just kiting Thompson in pretty deep here with the battle trance, committing him, as Thompson's going to get blown up for that. I mean, I guess he felt maybe had the chance to get a kill with that additional offensive potential from the battle trance, but it ends up getting him in such a disastrous position, dragging him right up and far away from any sort of save or backup.
Liquid, I will say Mickey, he went for he has Orb of Corruption, he bought a Deso. So they're gonna and with the AC, it's a pretty big armor disparity in Liquid's favor right now.
They can move on to Quakefer.
If there's a reload?
I think he was split pushing top. Can they slow this man down? Aegis, Cheese, and an Oracle behind him. It's a hard Huskar to stop. Quakefer, he's in, but there's the axe! Mid-Bon has no chance to react there. As soon as Quakefer lands, Mid-Bon is locked down because of the Axe Huskar. And he's now out for a minute. You've got to be careful around this Huskar. Those few seconds of lockdown, you have nothing to do. You're taunted. And now the buyback comes out. Koifa jumps over to Thompson. Thompson's just gone. He can't press anything. You can't do anything when the Huskar arrives on your face. As Koifa, who's he going to go for next? He's heading over. The bash is there onto No-Tail. No-Tail's gone. Koifa jumps over towards Thompson. Thompson does get the BKB and the battle chance off. So he's beating into Mickey pretty hard. Will bring Mickey down. But now with the BKB and the battle chance ending, he's got no further ways to save himself. He's just got to rely on No-Tail to get him out of there. But there's another jump in. Koifa diving in underneath the tier 4s, takes down Thompson, turns towards No-Tail. There's no buybacks left on OG. This game is over as Liquid will take this best of 1 victory. And they do it pure Liquid style. Koifa's Huskar coming in last pick.